am told that we must continue. We are going to call Zone 5, 6, 7, and 8. Can we go, comrades, to fetch those packages? Oh, the DSG, she's here, comrades. Comrades. Comrade Nomvula. Our first GSU, Comrade Nomvula Mkonyan.
Thank you very much, comrades. We are keen, we don't want to exhaust you. We still have a number of songs, Amagwijo, to sing as part of celebrating the fact that there is a national democratic revolution that we still need to pursue. So in the interest of progress, things moving a bit slow, there are comrades who've gone to fetch their packages. We have directed that those comrades come back, those that have their packages to bring them. I hope the PTT members have been designated to fast-track that comrade leadership. Comrade Simon and other comrades? Yes. Is somebody overseeing that activity that side? We hope that is the case. But that we continue with the business of the conference. What will then happen is that we will have the political report. I'm not chairing this session. I was chairing a session that was related to the support and the advice role of deployees. But because we had done so, I thought it's important to complete the thread. So what's going to happen is that we're going to have the political report by the chair, and Comrade Simon will then take over to preside over that exercise in line with the constitution of the ANC. When the Secretary General of the ANC arrives, it will be when the political report has been presented. I want to, at this stage, also take the opportunity to welcome Comrade Sasa. I'm trying to acknowledge the DSG. And at this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of our Deputy Secretary General 1, Comrade Nomvula Paula Mokonyane, from Kagiso in the West Rand. Thank you very much. You are welcome, Comrade DSG. I now hand over to the Deputy Convener. Oh, no, this is the Deputy Convener, Comrade Simon.
No, thanks very much, Comrade Mahlengi. Comrades, can we have one revolutionary song? And then
Steering committee members, they must come to the holding room.
now.
Yeah, now.
But now, I think Comrade Sasa is saying all steering committee members must come to the holding room now.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm also part.
But I'll speak to him then.
Oh, Baphume. Okay. Let's go to steering committee. TRF, steering committee. Elizabeth, against Bambele, okay, it's ngambe ke mina.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying you can't leave those people like this. What is the message to them?
The message is that
When you have what will be the role of national higher mama?
all. Because with this, we are moving forward to a decision.
Can we have the chair, the convener,
This is the theme
coming on
that
stage?
The National Executive Committee has decided.
Comrade Dada. Continue. Continue.
Comrades, can we have a revolutionary song to welcome? Whoa.
Nothing report.
Mandla. No, comrade, with due respect, we do apologize for inconvenience caused. Can we have a hot revolutionary song to welcome Comrade Chairperson, Comrade Dada Morero, for a political report?
Tambo silamulele. There's a movie there. So you must sit beside to see the movie. I'm playing a movie. My report is a movie. I sharp like that. I'm playing a movie. There's a movie. I wonder you can see from here. Give us the pen.
Shut down.
What's the big first goal?
I'm playing a movie there.
What's something there?
You must stop. I'm playing a movie. Hi. I was telling my twin. You must stop.
But there must be dead silence. Yeah, wait.
Amandla. I'm sorry to disorganize you. Can we now be seated? And can we have a bit of silence? Sengiqalile futhi. Thank you for the silence. We are going to start with the political report. The foundations of the African National Congress are rooted in our belief system. It is by no accident that the ANC was founded in a holy place, guided by the wisdom of our Maker. Our freedom united us as a people. Firm grip on the spear helped us to protect our vulnerable women and children. Voices from communities called for liberation. Those who were educated used pen and paper. Those who had a direct line to God used prayer to give us strength just to survive a day. Ordinary individuals used their voices to spread the word of liberation. The 113 years of the liberation echoing in our minds, and this is what brings us here today. In 1911, Priestley Kaisakasem called on Africans to forget their differences of the past and unite together in one national organization. He said, I quote, "We are one people. These divisions, these jealousies are the cause of all our woes today." Close quote. Comrade Chair of the session, let us start our conference in prayer. As I recognize the moment of silence, let us invite the Almighty into our presence. These walls must be laced with prayer. History failed to document that exact prayer that was stated during the formation of the ANC in 1912. However, history tells us that the ANC's origins are deeply intertwined with Christianity, with Christian values and religious rhetoric. And prayer has always been an integral part of its history and gatherings. We all know that our leaders at the time were primarily educated Christians who believed in using their faith as a moral compass for political action and unity. As they practiced their religion, were informed that underlying sentiments of their prayer were: 1. Seeking divine guidance for the new organization and the nation. Praying for unity among the diverse African people who were separated by colonial rule and tribal differences. Requesting strength and wisdom for the leaders to lead the people out of oppression and race hatred. Expressing hope for justice, freedom, peace, and the establishment of a righteous society in South Africa. As the ANC evolved, gatherings and conferences often included formal prayers for unity, moral guidance, and the well-being of the nation. This tradition continues till today. For us today, the Philippines 4 verse 6 to 7 may be relevant. Le se ke la belaela selo empa nthong tsohle seo le se batlang le ke le se tsebise Modimo ka thapelo le ka kopo e nang le teboho. Mekgotso ya Modimo e fetisisang kutlwisiso yohle e tla boloka dipelo tsa lona le mehopolo ya lona ho Jesu Kriste. This translates to, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Members of the National Executive Committee, the DSG and the delegation from the National Executive Committee, Secretary General in his absentia, members of the Provincial Task Team, members of the Regional Task Team, alliance partners, the leagues of the ANC, branch delegates, distinguished guests, the clergy, ministers and pastors, comrades and friends, Dumela. Today we're doing things differently. Why? Because you elected this regional leadership as the leader of society, we have a responsibility to take Johannesburg to the next level. This political address recognizes the road we have traveled. It may or may not be my last speech, but it will be the address that reflects our mistakes, our collective understanding of our challenges, solutions we have tested, and most importantly, taking Johannesburg to its former glory. The 1886 gold rushed through the streets of Johannesburg. Such discovery brought misery and joy to the people of Johannesburg. Black people were oppressed, whilst white people entered the land of milk and honey. The battle of naming Johannesburg began. There were 4 contenders, 2 named Johannes Joubert and Johannes Kruger, and 2 Johannes Riesig and Johannes Meyer. Since we are all about evidence-based thinking, the Fatherland released an article stating that Johannesburg was named after Johann Riesig. This is captured in the departmental notes. This is the only piece of written evidence we have. Maybe it is time we rewrite history and rename Johannesburg. A battle of individuals brought us here, and this is not who we are. We are a people of faith, love, peace, joy, and happiness. That's who we are. We are living our dream. Our forefathers and mothers fought for freedom. We are living this dream. Our leaders fought for the integration of Johannesburg. Today we are integrated. We are living this dream. Joburgers wanted a clean Josie. Joburg is becoming clean. People of Johannesburg wanted law and order, and there is law and order. We hosted world leaders and the world right here in Johannesburg. Indeed, we are living a dream. Should we wake up from this dream? I do not know. What we know is that the G20 South Africa Summit Leaders' Declaration recognizes Johannesburg. It begins by saying, we, leaders of the G20 who gathered in Johannesburg, South Africa, for this historic first summit on African continent under the South African G20 presidency on the 22nd and the 23rd of November 2025, addressed major global challenges and discussed ways to promote solidarity, equality, and sustainability as key pillars of inclusive growth, close quote. It further states that, open quote, we welcome the commitments of the 8th replenishment of the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, jointly launched in Johannesburg by South Africa and the United Kingdom as a vital source of international multilateral funding to combat infectious diseases and strengthen sustainable health system and a proven model to foster our global health security, close quote. Close to the conclusion, it states, I quote, we applaud the decision to convene the G20 Social Summit in Johannesburg, an initiative that provided non-government stakeholders a unique opportunity to voice their views on fundamental issues of the international agenda. We welcome the approach undertaken by the South African G20 president to continue to integrate the work of the engagement groups. We acknowledge that strengthening partnerships and expanding dialogue with a wide range of actors is important to collectively shape the G20's approach to issues requiring international cooperation. The politics of the G20 were centered around the declaration. True to our cause, we watched our President, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, rise to the occasion, navigating through world powers, carrying the African flame, and showing the world that we are made of greatness and we shall not be bullied. This is our moment of truth, courage, and reconciliation. It feels good to be South African. It feels great to be African. We are a nation living our dream. Please don't pinch us or wake us up. We are fine. Those who grew up in the ANC will tell us to apply our tools of analysis in responding to the international and domestic balance of forces. From this angle, we can safely say the international balance of forces is in our favor, and that South Africa is resetting the geopolitics of the world. Whilst the superpowers are struggling to unite, we united them with our spirit of Ubuntu. Understanding the alignment of the balance of forces is an evolving ideological and global geopolitical environment in which there are competing political and socio-economic interests in a fundamental prerequisite in the formulation of strategy and tactics. This exercise is a function of the dynamic interplay within a variety of objectives and subjective factors, power dynamics and competing interests. The demise of the apartheid regime in 1994 ushered in the victory of the democratic forces led by the ANC, but the old and the dying system of apartheid continued to resist the birth of the new democratic dispensation. At the time, the strategy and tactics document of the ANC in 1997 made this point, that, I quote, the balance of forces both within South Africa and internationally is such that these interests can be subverted by capitalism rapacious license. In this sense, therefore, the basic framework of our democratic achievement in South Africa is irreversible, but it can be derailed leaving us with a shell of political rights without real social content. Fast forward to this present period. Once again, we bear witness to the rise of a plethora of right-wing and anti-democratic forces whose sole objective is the destruction of the ANC and undermine as well as misinterpret the aims and objectives of the National Democratic Revolution. Comrade Chairperson of the session, Comrade Mota, we are facing many challenges. As guided by the NEC, our challenges are systematic, structural, and financial. Systematic meaning we are constantly experiencing operational inefficiencies, which refers to the delays in infrastructure projects, service delivery backlogs, and unfunded mandates that have compromised the quality of services rendered to residents. Secondly, our structural challenges are linked to our governance challenges. There are persistent issues in accountability frameworks, oversight mechanism, and leadership efficiency have impeded effective decision-making and policy implementation. Lastly, we are struggling to overcome the financial instability caused by the Purple Coalition. Slowly but surely, we are getting it right. Since 2016, there's a visible decline in the revenue collection efficiency, coupled with escalating debt levels and unauthorized expenditure. And this has strained the city's fiscal health. We have said this before, and we are saying this again today. Our challenges are complex, and they need complex solutions. The 16th Regional Conference must internalize these challenges. You have a responsibility to give us leaders who can handle these challenges and deliver the results. The world is watching. Our women and children are watching. Gender-based violence must stop. This is indeed a national crisis. We must fight it with the same vigor we used when fighting against apartheid oppression. We used every means possible at our disposal. The fifth pillar of the ANC strategy have evolved over the years. The 5 pillars of the ANC strategy have evolved over years. It is important we go back to the original pillars: mass mobilization, armed struggle, underground organization, and international solidarity. The creation of the bomb squad is a direct effort to respond to the mass mobilization pillar, which is aimed at mobilizing communities to take charge of their own development. The bomb squad is our eyes and ears. The gap between us and the community is minimized because the bomb squad has narrowed the gap. This team of volunteers are our support mechanism. It is not an advisory structure, and we are pleased that they are working well with the administration. Comrade Jackson Tembu, may his soul rest in peace, was one of our finest communicators. We knew him as the comrade that won many key aerial battles for our movement. As we observed the many WhatsApp and Facebook messages, we realized that comrades are restricting comrades from implementing the aerial battle and in the process oppressing freedom of speech. A right we fought for. For us, the aerial battle is about promoting the ANC and discrediting the opposition parties. This is a battle of ideas and communication, not actual military combat. We used this strategy and tactics from 2016, and it helped us to regain power in 2019. The task is to spread the word about the work or the good work the ANC is doing. In a day, we must each post at least 100 messages so that we can reach 5.8 million people living in Johannesburg. To our branches, remember that numbers do not lie. They tell them that Stats South Africa says the following. Our GDP growth rate is 2.7%. In actual fact, higher than sovereign. 89.8% of Joburgers have access to formal dwellings. 98.3% of Joburgers have access to water. 94.1% of Johannesburgers have access to electricity. Our sanitation services reach 93% of Joburgers. Refuse removal is experienced by 9.5% of Joburgers. Conference delegates, let us pick the right leadership, and very soon these numbers will be 100%. We need to have an honest discussion about dealing with the reality of managing coalition and coalition politics. The NEC is managing this discussion, and we should be thankful that Comrade Makura and his task team members for helping us to navigate these arrangements. After the 2024 national elections, they informed us that, one, the ANC share of the vote has been reduced at both national and local governments since 2004 and 2006 respectively. The national vote peaked at 69.7% in 2004 and has been reducing steadily since then. The local vote peaked at 64.8% in 2006 and has been reducing since then. The first local government elections produced 29 hung municipalities. This increased to 31, including the city of Cape Town, and in 2006 local government elections, and before peaking to 37 hung councils in 2011. In 2016, local government elections produced the least 27 hung councils, and in 2021, local government elections resulted in 81 hung councils. Despite the reduction, the ANC has always performed better during national and provincial elections compared to local government. Therefore, politics of coalitions is not living our dream. We must find a way to win back the hearts and minds of our communities so that they can fall in love with the ANC again, and we can go back to position of strength. Growing the economy of Johannesburg is a non-negotiable. We are the heartbeat of Africa. This 16th regional conference must reflect on what it means to be the 43.99% of Gauteng's province GDP, which totaled 2.37 trillion and 14.9% to the GDP of South Africa, which had a total GDP of 6.97 trillion in 2023. These are numbers of hope. As guided by our North Star, our growth and development strategy, Joburg 2040, must continue creating an economic environment that is inclusive and demonstrates the aspirations of our residents. Everything we do must maintain our core production model. It is about the choices we make. Conference must choose local economic growth that is able to create sustainable jobs, grow SMMEs, grow the township economy, encourage cooperatives, ensure that industrialization and reindustrialization takes place. Mariana Mazogota, in her book titled Mission Economy, makes a sound argument. She makes a sound argument that, I quote, markets are not outcomes of individuals' decision-making, but of how each value-creating actor is governed, including government itself. In this sense, markets are embedded in the rules, norms, and contracts affecting organizational behavior, interactions, and institutional designs. Government can not limit itself to reactively fixing markets, but explicitly co-shape markets to deliver the outcomes society needs. The decision made by this conference must shape Joburg economy we want to see and live in. To the outgoing regional leadership. When we were elected on the 5th of June 2022 at a place called Idle Winds Conference Center, we were handed over with a report that demonstrated the strength of the region. And this report stated the following: 135 potential branches, 128 audited branches, 120 branches in good standing, 134 branches with membership more than 100 but not in good standing, 1 branch with less than 100 membership, 134 branches which have membership above 100 and qualified to hold BGMs and BGMs. And of course, a total of 19,701 total membership in good standing. And this is the picture of 2022. We're given a functional organization that was implementing bold programs of action focused on recovering the majority political control of the city, repositioning the ANC as a center of society, and winning back the city. How far are we, and what have we done? Well, this question, we will leave it to the regional coordinator as it delivers the organizational report to answer the question. As we reflect on the progress thus far, we must look at the resolutions taken during the 15th Regional Conference. For instance, we debated and deliberated on our organizational and renewal commitments. We were clear that unity, renewal, and rebuilding the ANC in Greater Johannesburg remains the foremost and fundamental mission for members of the ANC, particularly following the humbling experience of 2019 provincial and national elections, as well as the 2021 local government elections. One of the areas we resolved was on leadership contestations. We collectively stated the following, I quote, "The ANC in Johannesburg recommits itself collectively to organizational unity and common purpose to ensure renewal and rebuilding our movement. To this end, we do not change the course that is leading us down the cliff. We will derail the transformation of society and the liberation of our people. To the alliance partners, we have maintained our relations and we should never allow this relationship to break. During the Morogoro conference on the 25th to the 1st of May 1969, Oliver Tambo closed conference with the following words, I quote, "Close rank," close quote. Bring this message closer to home. We call on our alliance partners to close rank and focus on building a national democratic society. Our relationships with organized labor is at a critical stage. As we try to deal with the elephant in the room, known as the political facilitated agreement, we must recognize the good work that you are doing in the city. We are now at the stage where we have signed an agreement with Labour. Now what is left is the implementation phases of the PFA. Recently, I read a media article which disturbed my thought process. Please allow me to demonstrate my pain. And at this stage, perhaps I should pass this part of the pain and I will share it later. Comrades, society calls upon us to deal with the challenges within the ANC. This is the root cause of our problems in the ANC. Society can see it, and we all know how disruptive money can be. You can view this money as a bribe or as a gift, whichever way. But today we must say, not in our name. Being bought for a vote means you participated in a transactional agreement that is not progressive nor developmental. If this is not you, make sure you return the money. If this is you, enjoy the money, and we hope you will sleep well at night. Remember our resolution. I quote, "If we do not change the course that is leading us down the cliff, we will derail the transformation of society and the liberation of our people," close quote. Which path are you choosing? Money or the National Democratic Revolution? To our leadership, from the 13th to the 14th of September 2025, our Secretary General called an ANC all councillors to the special NEC meeting on local government. During this meeting, we pledge to do more and better as we move forward. And this means a pledge to do and be better. A pledge to deploy honest and competent local leaders. A pledge to deploy action-oriented men and women who are committed to service delivery. A pledge to rebuild safer and healthier communities. A pledge to stimulate local economies. A pledge to be available to our people. A pledge to listen and have open channels of communication. A pledge to remain accountable. A pledge to form and sustain working partnerships with communities, civic, religious, and all community organizations, NGOs, and the private sector to benefit local communities. A pledge to spare no effort in rooting out corruption and all forms of nepotism and malfeasance in our organization at all levels and at all levels of government. This is our pledge. Every point will be implemented. Where we falter, please hold us accountable. Once again, to our task team, our journey was not easy. You played your part and demonstrated that Johannesburg is a place we call home. It is our first love. The people of Johannesburg are telling us about the Joburg they want. We are listening and we will continue to listen. Never forget, we are living our dream. We must continue to spread our wings and take Johannesburg to the next level. Never forget we are not alone. We rise on shoulders of greatness. We are walking this journey with our ancestors. Those who have departed from this place called Earth, we recognize you, we hear you, and we thank you for your spiritual guidance. Amandla. Baba, Tina Sinji. Baba, Tina Sinji. Baba, Tina Sinji. Mama Juba Sinji. Baba, Tina Sinji. Baba Tina Sinje, Ega Machuba Sinje, Ega Machuba Sinje, Baba Tina Sinje, Baba Tina Sinje. Gama Juba Sinje, Tina Sinje, Tina Sinje, Baba Tina Sinje, Baba Sinje, Gama Tina Sinje, Baba Tina Sinje, Baba Tina Sinje, Gama Juba Sinje. Amandla, Amandla. Viva ANC, viva! Viva COSATU, viva! Viva the South African Communist Party, viva! Viva Sanko, viva! Winnie Mandela! Ayo, Winnie Nomzamo! Yo! Matikizela! Sizongena nge 2 3 sibuye nge 4 5 sizongena nge 2 3 sibuye nge 5 Charlotte Maxeke Charlotte Maxeke Charlotte Maxeke
Amanda! Thank you, comrades.
Organizational report match. No, after that.
Yeah, but indicate media must not come back.
I think it's also my credentials. You can't just use them.
No, I'm a credential seat.
No, we'll tell them by that. Amandla. Amandla. Viva ANC, viva! Malibongwe! Raw, young loud raw. No, thanks very much, comrades. Thanks very much, Comrade Chair, Comrade Dadam Rero. A well-balanced political report. Let's give him another round of applause. Comrade, what we are going to do now? We are going to adjourn for lunch. But those, I think you will have zone 9, 10, up until 16. You must also utilize the very same specific time so that you can then be able to go and collect your packages. We are going to come back at 14:30, comrade. Yeah, let's go, comrade, in terms of that.